Hello, Tara here. How is everybody today? I have not been doing a whole lot of much, but hoping to play a little bit today and get some things done. First thing I'm going to do today is the sketch for the Mercy Tiara November challenge. So because her kits are released mid-month, this challenge runs until the, 14th or the 15th. So it's something that you would upload to their Facebook group page. I will link that below, as well as this is the kit from November, the Joy Kit. And I had made some page kits from the kit in a video, so I can link that as well. So this is what I had pulled for this particular kit. I'd pulled a number of papers and a couple of sequin mixes and a couple of these, the frames, the crepe paper frames. So I think I got looking at this, and I think I want to use the buffalo plaid check, just because there is so much black and red in the photo. So we can put that one away. And then when I got looking at just having a bit of contrast, I'm thinking this is it's super cute. It's one of Rachel Talman's mixes, and it's got the little Santa hats in it. But I'm thinking I like the green, and there's these are Shimmer's Paints Slay It, and there's little tiny hearts and white stars, these balls, the Christmas glitter balls, and then there's a couple of gold Merry Christmases in there. So I thought those would be nice, and then it pulls in a bit of the green. So just we'll set those aside for, well, set this aside for now. The other thing was, because there's black here, there's black here, I did want to pull in a little bit more black. So what I'm planning to do is to mat it in a strip of black. And because normally I would gut this back matting, but I'm going to kind of really make use of my paper. So these are just going to be little pieces of the background paper for these two. So just so there's a little bit more stability, I'm leaving that black hole, and then I can pull in, I've got just some scraps from other gutted pieces of black for matting the photo. So you see already, with the addition of the black matting of the layout and of the photo, it's bringing in a little bit more black. And then I also will bring in some other black embellishments. So as far as the papers, we were going to use, so this one, this sagey green was going to be our background, and it still will be. It's just we're going to have the black matting it. And then this was going to be this layer here. So really you only need a pretty thin L-shaped strip. And I had pulled this out to do another layer and took a strip off. So actually that's going to work out nice. And I'll still gut this because you don't want to waste that. So that will be that piece there. And then we'll bring in the green for, so it'll be a strip here and a strip here that looks like it's all one big block, but that's going to be there. And then we'll run this across the middle for the photo to sit on. Now, once I got looking at that, I figured it needed a little something. Kind of, I don't know, I didn't like this divide. So I pulled the red glitter paper for another layout, but I don't need it all. So I'm just going to take and trim just the tiniest border strip to run across the top and the bottom of this piece. And then I hadn't decided what I was going to do for this piece yet. It shows a punched border. Obviously, you don't have to do it exactly, but so a couple of options were to either, and I might use this piece to do a second mat, and I haven't decided if I want to do it this way or this way. I'm thinking almost this way because then you've got the black against the background paper, and I sand my edges, but I think I will matte this in white yet. So it's going to be triple matted white, this color, and then a little bit of the black, but mainly this pattern paper would be the larger width for the border. So then could either, I was thinking of punching something out of that for this piece here. So I can either do that or let's see. I don't think I would want that. I think that'll end up being too busy because it's going to lay on top of this one. But we could just go with this red, although we've already got some red there. My other thought was, so let's kind of put this back to where the bulk of it will be showing. My other thought was, I've got this old American Crafts, it's a velvet rickrack. I was looking for a year, but I don't see a year on there. I know I had it when I had my store, so it's at least 2013. So this could run along the edge, so it would be bordering these two patterns, and that would be a nice. Well, no, it won't, because I'll have the red. It'll actually be straddling the red and the green, so that's actually really pretty too, and brings in a little bit more of the black. So I think that's probably what I'm going to do. And then it also brings in another texture. So then this here will be, do a shaker pocket, and then just layer some other embellishments. And I pulled a few things. I think the white is going to be too white, but we'll see. But the vellum pieces are nice, and really I like the vellum with the gold and the acetate with the gold. There is one gold, and then there's a few black pieces too, so I might just, there's green, there's black, and there's gold in these. Anyhow, we'll get it together and then just see what colors we need to kind of add in to make it look right. So I'm gonna get my background together and then come back and we'll do the embellishments. Okay, I'm back a little earlier than I thought I would come back, but I thought you might want to see how you make the most out of the paper. So I left a 2-inch border from this paper. So then you're left with this nice chunk. This was from that odd shaped piece, but when I took off just what I needed, I'm left with another big chunk yet, and a couple little pieces. I don't know if those, well, you could almost make photo corners out of that. So there's that, and then for the green piece, so here where we're at. Got your red, and it will look correct once I'm done. But for the green, I just cut a 6-inch piece, 6 by 10. And so what we're going to do is arrange it like so. And I tell you, these linear patterns are really nice for not having to get out a T-square or whatever, because you can just, what I did was I used the snowflakes there kind of for a guide. So let's see, how much do we want to show it? That's probably good. So I'm just looking, I've got two little bits poking out from that snowflake and eyeballing the rest of it. And then again, this one comes down. We're going to use the snowflake again over here. So you just are going to barely see those tips. And I'll use this scalloped bit here to line it up. And then you've got that kind of as an accent. So you see all that red's pretty much covered up. And although it looks like you've got a nice big chunk there, really it's just a big half a piece of paper, and then you've got the rest plus the end cut saved. Then for this middle piece, I cut it 6 by just wide enough so that it shows a tiny bit around the edges there. And when I did it, I made sure that I had full rows of houses. So I just trimmed off the bits, and it was just the slivers, so it wasn't wasting any paper. And then I trimmed 2 1/2-inch strips of the red glitter. And again, because of this nice plaid on the back, you just needed to use that to, I put the glue on the back of this paper and then put the strips across. I just did a narrow strip at the top and a little bit wider at the bottom, because that's where I'm going to put my rickrack. So then, once she's all put down, it looks like you've used a ton of paper, and really you haven't. Now, this is maybe where I will need a T-square. No, I can use that. And up here at the top, these little bits. Yeah. Okay, so there's our base done. Now I'm only using the one piece of, or the one photo. And once I got the edges of my photo sanded, I decided I wasn't going to use a piece of white cardstock. And I did want to point out, when I was putting it on this paper, I was mindful that I kind of had the same pattern running on each end, and then the same, got a little bit of green at the top and a little bit of green at the bottom. And really, all I had to do was trim off the tiniest piece to make that happen. So you're not wasting anything. And then I've still got this piece left. So really, it looks like you've got a lot of paper on there, but I've got 11 inches left of that. Like I said, I just took 2 1/2-inch strips. I've got that. I've got this and maybe some photo corners out of this. I've got this and this left. And I even have saved just these thin strips, because you just never know. Like, I mean, that was just a little strip. You might want to use something like that somewhere too. So that's a lot of paper left from, like, you can get another full layout out of that if you wanted. I don't have a full sheet there, but a piece of cardstock, even one that's not going to show, you can, yeah, I've got some full 12-inch wide pieces. It would be no problem at all to come up with another layout. So now we need to decide how we're going to finish this off. So I'm thinking, I don't know if I want it centered, or I do kind of like things offset sometimes, but we've got it offset to that side, so I guess it would be this side if I was going to do that. Maybe I'll, with the two, these balls, these Christmas balls are very thick, and I hope this will hold it down. I might, I maybe should have done a double width of that foam adhesive. But and this was just a piece that I'd started to do some journaling on and I didn't like it. So, and I had taken 3 of those Merry Christmases, the gold, the shiny gold sayings out of that sequin mix, and I glued them right to the background so that they would be right side up and kind of dispersed evenly. I think I am going to have to add some more foam in there, but I might do that off camera because this could, you know, when I start to stuff, I could have glitter everywhere. So we'll just figure out what we're doing here, and then I can do that off camera. Okay, so that's that. We want a title. So, then I also have, I wondered about putting the title on this gold doily, but that might look, I have that pulled. I wondered about just tucking that in behind this, maybe. And then, when I have a big shaker like that, you kind of almost want something running across the top. So I kind of pulled out anything that I thought I would use out of the ephemera packet. So it's all this gold and black business here, and a bit of green. So what if I did a little bit of that? No, that's not big enough. And this might be too big. Oh, maybe not. If we put it up kind of like this, and then maybe a gold snowflake. And let's see, I've got green, I've got gold. How about a black piece? What color is this? This is a gold star. Do I want to get into snowflakes or stars? I've got a few more stars. Maybe I'll just, and it is a little bit more, got more of a punch to it. And then I can use this down here. Oh, I didn't put my rickrack on. Okay. So, and the reason, yeah, so the reason I left this red piece a little bit wider was so that you could see it peeking through. So we've got that. Maybe something like that. Ah. Oh, there's Willie home. I sent him to get put a grocery order in this morning, or last night for today. Okay, so do we want to just do holiday wishes? But that's not even going to show up down here. Drat. So what if I was thinking that was going to be too white against that, but if it's tucked under, and I might have to cut a bit so that it's not, I kind of want it to look like it's underneath that red piece. So if we have this like that, will that show up if we put that on top like that? Maybe. How about the gold? Maybe a bit of both. So we've got the gold and the branch. Yeah, that's better. Still not great. Unless I do, and then I don't know if I like that green with the gold. I'd almost rather go black. Or do I? Or gold. The white and the gold, maybe. So it looks like kind of one embellishment because it's all one color. And then this might show up a little bit better. Yeah, it does. Okay, so we'll do that. Then we've got a gold star up here. Maybe we could put a gold star. Got a black one and I've got a gold one. So I wish I had a gold transparent one, but I must have put that with another page kit. What if? Kind of layer them up. I don't know. I think I'm going to have to see. I can use, there's some nice little holly, green holly, and both colors. Now the dark will work pretty well. Can use that little green ribbony thing somewhere, or the red. Maybe green, because bring a little bit more green down here. Okay, I'm going to finish these off and then I will come back and show you what I've come up with. Okay, I think that's done. I ended up using, so like I said I was going to do, I added another layer in of the foam strips here so that the sequins had a little bit of room to breathe. And then I layered one of the gold star acetates with one of the puffy stickers, a couple of the pink fresh enamel dots, a couple of the acetates tucked in here. This actually was, this and this was one piece and I cut that up so I could spread it around a little bit. Added there's a popped up dot under there, so then you've got your puffy ribbon there. And moving over here, I've got one of the die cut pieces, the gold star. Am I even in frame? Yep. And then I punched from the Cartabella scrap and the EK Success punch a little tab. I didn't have that at first, and the little phrase was getting lost. Then for this, remember I had these little triangle pieces left. I used the smaller one and just notched out the center of it and then layered it over black and just gave it a thin border so that it just kind of frames it nice, and then you've got that extra embellishment piece up there. Down here I've used a part of a doily, a die cut, some puffy stickers, and then these, I first had the red puffy stickers down, and then I remembered I had these. So they're still drying, but I think they're going to dry nice, and it just gave it a little extra sparkle. So overall, I think we stayed pretty close to the sketch, with the exception of using one photo instead of 3, but I think you look at it and you don't have any question about where the inspiration came from. I just thought of something else I was going to say and I don't remember what it was. So what did I add that wasn't in the kit? I added a piece of black cardstock, the sequins, and the black velvet rickrack, but otherwise that all comes from the Joy kit. Oh, and I did leave a little bit of space here so I can add in, just handwrite in some details. But overall, I'm happy with that, and that is number 4 done with this kit. So still a pile more to do, but that's a nice start. And I'm actually in time. Usually I'm uploading the challenge layout the day that the challenge is due, or right at the wire. So I'm a few days early. I'm pretty impressed with myself for change. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. And I hope everyone's having a good day. And I appreciate you coming by and spending a little bit of time with me. We will talk to you again. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.